Yeah, so vehicle financing plays a very important role, especially when we talk about commercial vehicle financing. It is very related to how the economic growth is, and the way we have seen India economy growing, we see a good potential in terms of the commercial vehicle segment growth happening. And from a next gen perspective, obviously, there is a lot of technology integration which is happening today, and which is for the sustainable growth for commercial vehicles. For example, a few years back, for us to, as a financer, to understand where my vehicle is flying was, we didn't have any kind of means to do that. But today, with advanced telematics which is available, if we want, we can track the vehicle on a daily basis, and we kind of get an understanding in terms of how much kilometers the vehicles are flying, what's the kind of freight they are carrying. There are chips which are now in the vehicles, which kind of also gives us in terms of how the fuel mileage, happening, how efficient the vehicle is running. Even in terms of equipments, construction equipments, most of the manufacturers have now put in devices into the equipment, where we come to know how many hours per day the equipment is getting utilized, and therefore how viable the operations are. So these are all technologies which today, from advanced application purposes, gives a lot of confidence and comfort in way the movement, go forward movement is going to happen. And that's something we feel is going to make commercial vehicle financing and construction equipment financing much more sustainable going forward. And that, as I said, linked to the economy and the way the economy grows, we see a lot of potential coming in. Yeah, so we are predominantly in the vehicle financing side, and most of our customers are bottom of the pyramid customers, who kind of, for them, the requirement is always to look at how fleet utilization can improve, freight earnings can improve, how efficiently they can manage their operations and costs. So that's where they would be kind of looking. So today, we have been, putting across a lot of solutions and tech interventions on that side. For example, we built in a freight aggregation platform, where we have corporates putting in freights and the truckers bidding for it. So it brings in a lot of transparency into the overall system, and in the process, they get better realization because they are directly bidding for there are no intermediaries in between, which kind of comes in. Similarly, on the operating economic side, we have a fuel aggregation platform where we have tie-ups with IOC and HPCL, where we looked at making it much more efficient for them. We have a repair and maintenance platform called Service Mandi, where we got close to 26,000 repair mechanics across the country onto that platform. We are looking at developing a tire aggregator platform, a lubes aggregation platform, etc. So we are seeing gradually this segment of customers, latching onto these kind of technological solutions, and make in line with making their operations much more sustainable, their earnings going up, their costs getting optimized over a period. And that's something that we are kind of looking at. End of the day, any kind of technology intervention you do, if it's not to the benefit of your customers, we won't see scale coming in. So that is something which we keep in paramount in mind when we look at developing these solutions. So NBFCs have been, traditionally growing at around 13 to 15%, and the way the projections are for the next 3 to 5 years, it's expected to be at an 18 to 20% growth which comes in. And in this, we kind of see a huge kind of participation coming in from the next gen. And next gen typically is looked at beyond a certain year, people who are born and their requirements. But I also look at next gen from customers who are not in the urban centers, but semi-urban centers, rural centers, where they are adopting technology pretty fast, and they are kind of looking at participating in this kind of a change and transition that is happening. So we are looking at overall all the segments kind of inclusive kind of movement happening, and that is something where all the NBFCs have kind of recalibrated their processes and more digital in that nature, so that when the demand comes in from this next gen customers, we are ready with the solutions out there.